see that I will achieve, because I do the things I should, to my brethren kind and good. So I'll keep moving on, I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on to reach the top somehow. I'll keep moving on, I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on till I reach the top somehow. I'll keep moving on, I won't stop now. I'll keep moving on till I reach the top somehow. I'll keep moving on.
Okay, my straight up family, you know you hear that music, then you know it's time for another edition of Straight Talk. Time for me to bid you good night in St. Kitts and Nevis, and time for me to say good night to the entire Caribbean region. I'll say a little prayer as well. All will go well tonight. And I want to greet, as usual, my Kittitian and my Nevision diasporic family. Some of you I know are in Africa, some of you are in Asia, some of you in Europe, and some of you are all over North America. So I'm at liberty to say good night. In some instances, I can say good morning, and certainly I can also say good afternoon, because one of such greetings will be applicable to the region in which you now find yourself. Straight Talk is a public service program that facilitates and promotes free expression on all issues of national interest, be they legal, be they environmental, be they technological, social, economic, and or political issues. Yes, you like that, political issues. We do have a forum here to express ourselves freely. And let us, in the process, let us try to keep St. Kitts and Nevis as one of the freest countries in the entire world. I'm getting a little worried about that. You know, our freedom of expression. Some people want to take that away, but don't love it. Let's just try to raise the level of national discourse. Let us raise the level of national consciousness by alerting our people to their rights, to their responsibilities, and certainly to their obligations. My name is Ian Patches Liburd, and I give Almighty God thanks for blessing me with yet another opportunity to join you in conversation on yet another occasion. I know things are not going well in terms of the criminal activity on St. Kitts and Nevis, and in particular, more belatedly on Nevis. I do not recall if I had the opportunity to extend condolences to the families that lost loved ones. If I did not, that's an oversight. I apologize. If you're a first timer, I want you to be aware that Straight Talk is a participative program. By that I mean we entertain your calls, we entertain your emails, and if you're so minded to call, the numbers are 4652555 and or 718-517-2916. And if you like the cloak of anonymity, then you like to use the email platform, and that you can get access via zizstraighttalk@gmail.com. That's one word. zizstraighttalk@gmail.com. And someone just sent me a message that my dear brother Michael Brisbane has gone to the great beyond. I didn't have time to check this, and I sometimes don't do this, but I trust it's all right. If it is correct, I want to extend condolences to his brothers and sisters, to his entire family, his son or sons, and his friends all over St. Kitts and Nevis. Mikey has gone to the great beyond. Tonight, my Straight Talk family, I intended deliberately not to do any monologue, so to speak, and I wanted just to play the voices. I want to play the voices of Straight Talk. Then we'll open the lines and continue with the voices. Because I was reflecting that if we hear the voices of Straight Talk, we will understand that our voices are strength, our voices are power, and our voices can be weapons of truth. I wanted to, before I proceed as well, because having a voice means having the ability to conquer the world. Someone made that statement sometime. But I wanted as well to give you an update as well as it relates to our COVID situation in St. Kitts. And I know that we had some cases today based on the last report I saw. I think it's 7 cases, if I recall. Yes, 7 cases, 7 positive cases in the last 24 hours. And we do at present have 164 active cases out of a total of 2,664 cases total. Some 2,478 have recovered. 2,478 cases have recovered. I'm sure if this maths adds up, but it says here number of cases on St. Kitts 2,237. Number on Nevis, yes, it's correct, 427. The total number of cases 2,664 cases too many. Always makes me sad because I know in May, it's a few months ago, in May 19th to be exact, we only had 45 cases, no deaths. Come 5 months after, we have 264, 2,619 more cases in 5 months, and sadly, 20 1 deaths. But today, my straight dog family, a friend of mine called me and asked me if I listened to the Prime Minister's press conference, and sadly I did not, because I had several meetings today, so I could not listen to the press conference. But I happened to play that part of it just before my program tonight, early today, because I had another meeting went till about 6 o'clock today, so I was really busy. But I was happy. I was happy with the excerpt that I heard, and a couple of things caught my attention. One was the income support that the Prime Minister outlined, income support that has been provided or is being provided, because we're still getting support. Sometimes you will wonder if you listen outside here and you don't follow the news. Like politics said, you have to challenge them, challenge the fake news. And when you listen to Prime Minister Harris, he spoke of the income support package that has been provided thus far. And this is what he said that caught my attention.
Our income support package has provided critical assistance to 3,025 persons at a cost of $7.9 million to date. Another batch of applications is having a second review to ensure that every citizen and resident who qualify for the various forms of support receive this assistance. Many persons have taken the time to call me and other cabinet colleagues to express thanks for this relief. The $1,000 paid over the last 3 months have helped to preserve the dignity of those who lost their jobs and remain unemployed for on their table. For others, it was their rent being paid and their utilities being paid. For others still, it was the opportunity to invest in their children, particularly in getting them ready for the reopening of our school. A significant number of families with persons living with disabilities receive well-needed support. So far, 155 families were assisted with a total payout to date of $325,500. To date, 109 bus operators have received support amounting to $129,800 over the last 3 months. The fuel subsidy has been a welcome relief to our bus operators. This subsidy has allowed them to defray the high cost of fuel and stabilize the cost of public transport.
And if that's not performance, in a time like this, when countries all over the world recall it is a worldwide pandemic, the whole world was brought to its knees. Right here in North America, you hear about the costs of fuel, or increasing costs, period, in all areas. We've heard of inflation. In St. Kitts, 109 bus operators receiving support amounting to nigh $130,000 in the last 3 months. Ain't that performance? But I normally tell people that I'm a Nevisian born in St. Kitts. Yes. All the Liburd came from Nevis. I would tell people that a hill was named after my great-great-grandfather, Liburd Hill. So there's no Liburd really from St. Kitts. The Nevisians actually born in St. Kitts, to put it right. Some people don't like to hear that. So I pay a special attention as well to Nevis. And when I heard the discussion, because this friend of mine called me, and he likes to talk about Nevis and fair share and what Nevis don't get or didn't get and so on. And I sometimes marvel and reflect and just smile. But he's my family. And they're my dear friends as well. And when I reflected on the Prime Minister's opening statement at his press conference today, it brought back memories. Memories going back almost 40 years when this happened in Nevis. And this is where Nevis came from.
You have to go back and see what life was like in Nevis in those days, you know. We had pipes, but no water. Some who had telephones, you had instruments, and you didn't know if you would get a call. You had electricity off and on. We had roads, but sometimes you had more holes than actual roads. And when you wanted a top job, you had to go to St. Kitts. But come self-government in Nevis after 1980, when we joined with the PAM to form the government, the people of Nevis saw a totally different Nevis. Own government, own ministers, roads, water, electricity, jobs, good paying jobs for people at home, and the sixth form college, which has had a profound effect on the lives of Nevisians. No longer were we sending 4 students to St. Kitts to go to the sixth form in St. Kitts. Nowadays we have more than 100 going to sixth form in Nevis. All of those because we joined up with PAM in 1980. You have to go back and...
Yes, all because they joined up with PAM, NRP and PAM. 40 years ago, we're talking about. But fast track 40 years after the NRP joined with PAM, the CCM joined under Premier Vance Emery with PAM and with PLP. And support for Nevis started flowing.
I want now to turn to the issue of support to the island of Nevis. Our unity government is committed to a stronger and safer future for all our citizens and residents on the islands of St. Kitts and Nevis. We have already created historic feats just in the short of 6 years. We are the first federal government to provide regular, periodic transfer of resources to the Nevis Island administration. Over the last 6 years plus, our budgetary transfers to the NIA have exceeded over $260 million. We have paid double salaries to the public sector workers at Nevis, for example, the NIA employees, the NEVLEC employees, NASPA, in the same manner that we have done for those federal workers on St. Kitts. We have supported home
recovery as well, home reconstruction. Yes, NEVLEC, NASPA are treated the same way like Skelec and SCASPA, having received double salaries. But in addition to that, there were other benefits that ought to be noted.
workers on St. Kitts. We have supported home reconstruction in Nevis post-Hurricane Irma. We pay all the step workers in Nevis. We pay PAP beneficiaries on Nevis their monthly stipend. We jointly order pharmaceuticals for both islands. We pay the economic costs of our students from Nevis and St. Kitts studying abroad. Nevisians participate in equal measure in the special mortgage facilities funded by the federal government. These additional benefits to the 260 million is valued well in excess of $60 million.
All because CCM joined with PLP and PAM. And Nevis has never had it better. In addition to that, they benefited from the SIDF funds as well.
$1 million. Additionally, the SIDF on the Team Unity has provided over $61 million in financial assistance to the NIA for the construction, for example, of the Treasury Building, the expansion of the Alexander Hospital, the developments at the Mondo Track, and we could go on enumerating a number of significant developments in Nevis that has been facilitated for the first time in history by the federal government.
First time, historic, but really, money or relationships, I should say, cannot and should not be monetized. And Prime Minister Harris recognized that it's beyond money.
Our relationship, however, the relationship between St. Kitts and Nevis must not be defined solely in monetary gains or in monetary terms. Certain elements of our relationship can never be monetized. The strong, amicable relationship between our people, the ease of doing business on any of our island by our citizens and residents, the synergies between our twin island states as we work together are matters to be cherished, even if we cannot put a dollar value to them. I pledge as the Prime Minister to continue to work in the best interests of all the citizens of St. Kitts and those on my father's land of Nevis. Together, working together, our Team Unity government shall deliver with the full cooperation of our citizens and residents the stronger and safer future.
What else can we think about? Who else can we think about? Can we take a chance? Is it a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush? Where would you go? My straight dog family. That's my story for tonight, and I am not going to change it. Nevis has benefited immensely from this partnership. You have your story, and you may want to share your story as well. I wanted to discuss another issue, but haven't come across this. I thought I would bring it to our discussion tonight. You may want to share your opinions on this and other things, but voices bring people together. And on the Straight Talk, we entertain all of you. So here's what. Because I intended to hear voices tonight, I think you've had enough of my voice. And I'm going to open the lines and entertain your calls and entertain your emails. I must implore you though, when I do so, and I'll do so anytime now, I anticipate that you will respect others. And of course, to achieve that, you must first respect yourself. Let us try to be fair to all concerned. Let us try to build goodwill and better friendships. Let's ensure that the things we say and or do will be beneficial to all concerned. And in saying and doing those things, let us strive to build a kinder, gentler St. Kitts and Nevis. It's 26 before the 9 o'clock hour. I will now go to the lines, entertain your calls and your emails, and I'll take my first call at 26 before 9 o'clock. Hope the phones are up and running. Caller, you're live.
Yes. Good evening. Hello? Yes, good
Yes,
evening,
you're
Honorable
live.
Patches. I didn't get to you last week because you called us them like they're not gonna time limit. But I get to you now early. What I want to ask you, right? You got some farm board up by your house? I want some farm board, please, to do something. And looking at St. Kitts and Nevis and all the politicians them. Why are you like foolers? Every word, you all promise us you're going to give us this and you're going to give us that and help us. And you all ain't helping us. We are struggling for $360 a week. And plus, we need a raise. And other sector need a raise. Not telling me that government, when you government-wise, we don't get the money. We need the money that we could pay with bills because current bills are taking off, water bills are taking off, cable bills and everything. So we need the money. And plus of it, again, looking at our Labour Party, all who are in Labour, they're just banging off the mouth. But my husband, Honorable Douglas, he know what to give, but I want him to give me cousin Dr. Joe. Because not because I voted number 3, Dr. Joe lose all the money in the 2 election, and he win back no money. And all of them get back the lot of money. So I saluting my cousin Dr. Joe. And looking at slavery, we back into slavery, because we back in the white man hand and the master. When we are saying unity. So unity having a lot of people and not a concession. Everybody look for themselves. But in time they get 2 pieces of land and 3 pieces of land, the poor people can't get one. And Patches, I get the barrel, you thank you. But because me not get it, me not egg up myself in a barrel. God is in control and God is in the midst and he stand at the psalm for you. Have a good night. And big up. Oh, a lady tell me that she had the sickness, but she can't take the vaccination because she allergy. So what started them? You all have who when people allergy and they can't take the vaccinate and they don't have it. The COVID, I will win him. See you. Thank you.
Okay. That's my Labour friend, Casilda. Yes, the barrel is coming. A small gun though. Let's go back to the lines. Call your line.
Good evening. Here on touch with Liburd. You great? How are you, sir?
I am peaceful, my brother. You?
Okay, I'm peaceful too. Glad to hear that you have so many meetings you had to attend, so you could not sit down and listen the Prime Minister's press conference from beginning to end. That shows that you are a walking ambassador. You're not a lazy touring ambassador. That's the reason why you get the job, because they see the qualification in you and the capability of you to do the job that you are doing up there. Let me say good night, Shauna. Good night, Darlena. And good night, Janet in Station. Because I am so glad that the Prime Minister said what he said today in his press conference, because all of those people, those naysayers, a lot of them know definitely how things work, how things happen, the truth. And you see where the Prime Minister go way back and say what agreement was made and what was signed for. And he come today and he clear it up. And the whole world who listened to the press conference, they heard what the Prime Minister said. He cleared up all the misguided information that those on the side who just are gonna pose for the word opposite sake or opposing sake. He clear it up. So thank God for that. That is, I want to say something here tonight. Now listen this. When I was going to school, I went to learn carpentry with a man named Mr. Barrett and Buckley site. Sheila Barrett and Roy Barrett and Kennedy Barrett father. And he passed away in 1971. And up to when he died, I used to go, when I go down the road, I would see his wife on the landing, I would stop and I would talk with her and everything and so. And she would always welcome me there on the landing and she plays. She never once chased me and tell me that I thief she husband money. So when people gonna use me name and along with rock and politics name and say that we are hypocrite because when they were tearing off Douglas skin, we were praising him up, and now he tearing off Unity skin. We want to tear off his clothes. Let me tell you that guy there this. I never thief nobody money yet where I go walk. And it's a shame to see that people accuse that guy after the woman husband dead where he don't go on the trade and tell him don't come back there because you thief me husband money. And if that guy had any shame, he would not talk up on the radio and say that somebody say he thief the $600 and he ain't thief no money. So, some truth in that. Otherwise, the woman would not have chased him and tell him don't come back there after he was carrying on the husband walk. So, not enough of that for he because he is so confused that he don't even know where he is and what to talk about. One day he praised up Dr. Douglas, the next day he in Dr. Douglas can tearing him down. So, he really need to go up the crazy house. And I want the government to order for me 12 straight jackets. One of them going to be specially double straight jacket for he because he pull. And there's only one thing that him saying. He do not want to accept the fact what his PCP told him. We all have to expect that. But if you cannot live with what is going on with you, well, too bad about that. That was, I will come back later. Thank you for taking on my call.
Thank you, my brother. Culture always talk like talking in parables, and this is straight talk. It takes me round and round and round, but I think I'm trying to understand it. Caller, you're live. 19 before 9.
Good night, Honorable Patches Liburd. Now,
Good night,
one
my
thing
brother.
I think the Prime Minister left out today is when the other government was in power, Dr. Denzel government and his colleagues and them. When the people in Nevis were supposed to get paid from the National Bank, no money was there for them. They cry over the weekend because they never had no money to go to the supermarket. Some went to the supermarket. When they done pack up the things, no money on the account, they had to put back the things and come out crying. That's the way how Dr. Douglas used to treat me region. Now let me come to my good friend now, the Honorable Liburd from Sandy Point. I noticed the man saying, I gone to Sesame Street School. Well, I want him to know the Sesame Street School is a learning program. And as a big stone, he called the Prime Minister a big stone. He called everybody a big stone. I am in good company as a big stone. Because the Prime Minister got all kind of doctorate. He got all kind of grit to his name. I don't have them, but I'm in his company. Now, the crazy house now, what the bill? All you need is 2 doors. And I want to know, the same way he begging people for money to go on the show, why you don't donate 2 doors to the crazy house? And another thing again, he attack Mr. Politics, about Mr. Politics talking about his wife. I know when the DuPont married, DuPont on the radio saying he looking a wife and a girl walking in the store with him by the name of Anita. He never said one day, me and my wife working together and inheriting nothing.
Rockefeller,
Always, that she working with him.
Rockefeller.
King Rockefeller, please.
Rockefeller.
Yes.
Please,
What's your problem now?
I don't have a problem.
Now,
You have a problem.
The man talk
I don't want
today.
to.
I never interrupt him. I never call him. This is straight up. Let me talk. I cut me off and let me read and come again.
Even though I haven't heard
because
what he
I
said.
I got to get what I have to say tonight. He cannot disrespect and she married to him and looking for sympathy from people. And then people who give the licky bud money to go on the ear, to abuse people and attack people, shame on them. All you have to do, why you vex with me for? All I tell you as a friend to send the money to the people and them is St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Yesterday was the independent and he still got the people money holding on to. He never give to him. He would give to St. Lucia, St. Grenada, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So don't vex with me. What are you vexing with me for? You understand me? I'm calling me all kind of name. I'll go on and come again.
Thank you very much. I want to ask my callers, please, right? I have no issue if someone is a public figure, and I consider public figure, not just a politician, those who make these public comments, come on radio and they talk, even me, right? Criticize them. I have no problem. You criticize them or you scrutinize them. I think that's a better word. But please, leave their family alone and straight up. Not on straight up, please. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live.
Good evening, Patches.
Good evening, my brother.
Oh, Paul is well.
Peaceful.
Yes. Well, let's see. Your country, dear Nevis. Think it's Douglas was not good to them. But think it's overall have been very good to Nevis all around. Okay? They say Bratcher, but Bratcher did a lot of things for me. He saved them from other people taking over their country, the island. Whatever. He saved a lot of things. And also Kittians. Now, if you look at Nevis today, musicians, you go into the middle of the country, they all speak like Kittians. Better than some of the country people in Sinkis. So Sinkis have done well by Nevis. And my family from Nevis. So, by just telling you. Now, first off, second, I want to wish our older folks a happy Seniors Month. The people in Sinkis and Nevis. Even though there's very little regard for old folks in Sinkis and Nevis. A damn shame. They treat your people like that. You see it all over. I could tell you all the things that I've seen. No, you folks will, but let me say one thing to you people. You folks will pay one day. It's going to come right back at you. Trust me. In your day patches, when we're growing up, all the people were respected and treated with the greatest respect. That's not happening in Sinkis and Nevis today. No, let me talk about agriculture. It seems to be making some advances. They seem to be making some advances with agriculture once again. Dr. Harris and Unity should be commended. You guys should be congratulated for this. You go anywhere, you have fruits up and down the place, fruits and vegetables. The main market, the mini market up there by the fire station, and the other days they were cleaning it up nicely. So Dr. Harris, I agree there's instead of our guy who do it, but you guys need to be commended. You got food all over the place, okay? Up and down the place. So there's no problem. Harris is doing a good job in that. No, you guys have got to get them helping our people, not giving them money. Everybody is begging. Look your friend, what's her name? Casilda, your friend in the South. She's telling me she and you, but anyhow, that's you and her with the barrel and all that stuff. But you guys we have got to teach our women how to be mothers again, how to cook once again, how to respect themselves again. This is exactly what Bratcher would have done. Okay? After sending Denzel, Sam, Dwyer, and Julie to the war. This is what he was done. That he wanted to see our people be proud of themselves, keep themselves right, see our women carry themselves. The whole place today is a mess. You all have to concentrate on that. The crazy people and these women who are not carrying themselves well. And the men too, you listen to that panic station. I mean, things you hear coming off it. 1 minute they tell you, oh, say it loud and black, and right behind there's a man coming talking about nanny and really putting fingers smell. Come on. This what's going on. Anyhow, everything, see, you guys got to get in this thing. The crazy people walking up and down 4th Street and West Independence Street, okay? But the food thing, they got food up and down. Don't listen to these people. They're not suffering, you think it. Most of them are not suffering. Because they go to the family in America and beg them to send them. I see them all in West Union and MoneyGram. Dogs that again, they're double dipping. But Patrice, you guys got to get your mental thinking, get our seniors, let the people take care of our seniors, and get our women respect themselves again, okay? Anyhow, this is it, Patrice. All the best to you. Have a good evening and have a good week. Bye.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Well put. Let's go straight back to the lines. Call your line.
Patrice, good night.
Good night, my brother.
Patrice, first I want to commend the Honorable Prime Minister today and his press conference. I believe that he did a wonderful job answering the question and outline all the things that the government has done to me, think it and around the Federation. Because, Patrice, when I listen to the Prime Minister today, laying out and saying the things and people ask questions, I know that the Prime Minister capable enough to handle himself, and he got the people in there answering the question. People like Minister Wendy Phipps, General Powell, and Mr. Lindsey Grant, and all of them was there to answer all the questions. No one man run nothing now. This is a unity. And not because the press conference is the one. Back in the time, only one man used to answer all the questions then. And when you ask anybody else question, especially about the SIDF money, when the guy, Mr. Crosman, somebody asked him a question, he said that must ask the Prime Minister. Only the Prime Minister know about that. Only the Prime Minister know. We know them things. And I feel so good that to see the Prime Minister in his press conference bringing some of the ministers them, bringing some of the secretaries them, the PS them to answer questions. Because that is where the country is. And that is what unity is all about. Bring everybody in one accord. The messengers them out there who talking big down and saying all kind of things, such as there is time enough for them. We got 4 more years before election call. And I'm hearing all kind of ignorant picturing on the panic factory. Up to yesterday, one of them was on the panic factory come and talk about the labor must come out. Come out! The labor must come out now. Well, people have wild up. I'm ready to this, I'm ready to that. But Patrice, I want to tell that guy, he better go and sit down. This whole 1993, when the people was backward, and the people come from St. Paul's and come from country and do what they got to do in town. Since the people are open under this unity administration, and this unity administration working for the ordinary man and woman in the federation, and they're doing the best they can do. Especially under this pandemic coronavirus right now. So, Patrice, he got a problem, a real problem, because no sensible other people who get help from this government don't talk about them come and roll up and go on and do something stupid. Because people need help, and that is what the Prime Minister and the government is doing. So I want to thank God for Team Unity, and thank God for the Honorable Prime Minister in the second term doing a wonderful job, and where to be will be. When the next election call, this is unity again. That is a wonderful because the federation of Think It Nevis. I'll come back.
God bless you as well, my dear brother. At 7 before 9 o'clock, we're reflecting on the relationship between St. Kitts and Nevis. As gleaned from the Prime Minister's press conference, they are getting their share. Caller your line.
Namesake.
My
Yeah,
dear
good
brother.
night, good night. Well,
Good night.
I was proud to hear my Prime Minister today talking about what is really going on in the country. What I don't know, he informed me. And let me tell you, I don't matter what the kiddish on them are saying. Me as an individual living in St. Kitts over 20 years now, seeing the fruits of unity, because I could assure you, I was working over Frigate Bay, Half Moon to be exact, in 2010, when Denzel said he had so much money, $1.5 billion from our citizenship by investment. And you tell me, after 2010, 2011, he went on to after the IMF, I begging, leave the country in debt when you leave office in 2015. Practice, let me tell you, Denzel are lucky that we are not a part of the United States of America, because he got to answer for all those money that he sold our passport and the people's property of St. Kitts and Nevis, our lands. Because you see, sometimes we tend to feel like we can outsmart everybody, you know. But I want to tell them, one body we can outsmart is Jehovah Jireh. Because God, the eye is looking down on the earth, beholding the good and the bad. And that's what you see, where he is today. He's bawling for murder. He's talking about disrespect. He just about disrespect. He disrespects so many people when he was in office. Even my good friend Tony, when he asked him a question about the $95,000 or $1 million, $95,000, I won't even forget that. And he disrespects Tony. So now he's getting from his own inside, you know. You get bite in the rear from the own dog them way create. So now that he turn around now to get bite, you're bad about disrespect. But I hope them will understand that why he saw and why he reap. If he learn to respect people, he'll get respect. But because he learned to disrespect people, that's why now the dog them right in the yard a boy come on the backside. But yes, I'm glad that my Prime Minister said today, no more new taxes. Could you imagine that? After going on 7 years, and my Prime Minister of the Unity Construct telling me that he will not give the people of St. Kitts and Nevis no new taxes for 2022. And this is a good Prime Minister, man with a heart, not like Denzel. Give us VAT after he messed up our CBI money. Give us VAT from the cradle to the grave. What is it? We got a wonderful man in Dr. Timothy Harris, and we got to take care of him. May God bless him that he live to see 100 years, that he can enjoy the fruit of unity in this, our beloved federation. God bless you. Have a good night. I got more, but I'll put up some later.
God bless you as well, my dear brother. I go straight back to the lines. Listen to the voices tonight. Call your line.
That is.
Major.
This is the major. You know that noise as well. Well, you know that
yes.
I like to ask you some questions, you know. You're my boy. Here one of the questions I've been asking many people that some people answer and some people don't answer. But I know you will answer. What is the strongest muscle in the human body? You hear me? You hear me? Let me say it to you again then. What is the strongest muscle in the human body? Answer me. If you don't answer me, I'm going to tell you what it is.
All bodies not alike.
Huh?
All bodies not alike.
No.
Because someone said to me his strongest muscle is his tongue.
Well, that is true. That is true. And so now that you have answered it, and so it is the strongest muscle in the body. But we know it can do a lot of damage. You know, it's guilty of flattery, cursing, lying, and boasting. It also has a tendency to harming others. It sounds like a pretty dangerous muscle. You don't think so?
It depends on the perspective.
Yeah, it's a it says a dangerous thing because I've been here listening to certain things. I mean, let us be realistic. And you were trying to stop somebody from behaving. No, I don't behaving, but take it easy, take it easy. But you realize that that muscle is very dangerous?
Yes, it is.
And we have to call, some of them we could understand, and we have to sometimes call what we are doing. We got to be careful because it is a strong muscle. You hear how powerful it is? It can damage, it can do flattery, it can curse, it can lie, it can boast, and it also has a tendency to harm others. And because of that, it sounds like a pretty dangerous muscle. So you understand me? So you take it easy.
Yes, my brother.
Okay, thank you.
There's danger in the tongue. Yes. Let's go back. It's a people with the tongue, or the tongue, I should say, that it's a dangerous, right? There's a power, as you said, and there's danger in the tongue, right? Even the Bible in Proverbs says that life and death are the power in the tongue. Let's go back to the lines. Call you live. Yes, caller. You're live, caller.
Greetings in the name of our great African ancestors, especially the most honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey and Queen and Zinga. Blessed evening, my beloved African. But how are you, the family?
Peaceful, my brother. Peaceful. Good to hear you tonight.
Man,
So,
but
I'm
the
sorry
night
about
I
the
don't
mix-up.
know, brother. But I am not accusing anybody of anything, but it's so strange, brother, that when your program is on, all kind of things. But time will tell whether it's sabotage or technical difficulties, brother. But, beloved, time will tell. So let me get to the point, beloved. Beloved, I was listening to the Prime Minister, mostly press conference, and the things that he said, it's good to hear that you help poor people to a certain extent, beloved. And let me say to brother, Sister Wendy Phipps, she was good to man. She was good, She was good. I don't know if you listened to her part and some of the questions she answered that was asked, but she was good.
No, I did not.
Okay, I hope you got to that, beloved brother. I hope you check.
I will.
Okay. So, my beloved, it was good, man. It was good to hear. But what I want to see, beloved, I mean, the money after like how we used to. But, brother, I want to see, man, instead of jobs for our people. I have no problem with jobs, beloved, because everybody going to want to own a business or own a business. But I need to see when things start to flow again, beloved, and money start to run like the River Nile again, beloved. And that's going to be happening maybe in the next year or two, that our people, beloved, when I say our people, African people who are under the economic ladder, man. Rise, beloved. I don't want to see in the next 5 years or so, man, that we become I don't really like to use this word, but just for conversation's sake, beloved. Middle of the road society, beloved. There's no, you can't eliminate poverty. 100% can't do that either, brother. But I want to see our people rise, man. Own businesses. 5-star hotel. If that's the way we're going, agriculture, exposing agriculture, our farmers, beloved brother. Our children are being sent away, study agricultural science, all farmer science, says beloved brother. Want to see that, man. And we must control more of the economic activities in St. Kitts Nevis, beloved. We must control that. And that must be in the hands of African peoples. We must do the work. And if one person can't do it, brother, let me say to my brothers and sisters, let me join, man, including myself. Let me join farm cooperatives and everything, beloved. And let me say, Nevis, man, where Dr. Harris outlined, but it's good to see that. But Nevis got to get more when the dollars start flowing to, beloved. And this must be put in legislation so no clown and a devil like the guy from St. Paul's come and do all kind of nonsense again. Because he got some young ones just like him too, you know, brother. He have some young ones just like him. They're just ready to demonstrate that, but that shouldn't be allowed, but you never know what could happen. So we must put that in legislation, okay? Nevis must get whatsoever, and it must be done expeditiously, beloved. So, you know, in Dr. Harris, and brother, you know why you don't want to see again, even when I make my transition, that our children, while I'm alive, I don't want to see no one party got a monopoly on St. Kitts Nevis again. Whether it's 3 parties, 4 parties, 2 parties at least. 2 parties, not no one party on things. Them the thing of the past, my beloved brother. And we must ensure that. But then again, too, I like to see some Pan-Africanists among the 2 beloved brother. You know, some young Pan-Africanist sisters and brothers. So my beloved brother, you know, things is coming around and everything, man. You're going to see things. Oh, and in closing, beloved, this is the last one. Our taxi men and women, man. Anything that come inside here, not them big thing, tour people, just to get the bulk of the jobs and everything, man. Our taxi men and women must, beloved, must, and this administration must ensure our taxi men and women make a good living, man. Not just scenic railroad and the other big tours them and things. And so, no, man. Our people, taxi men and women, must make a good living, beloved. And this administration must ensure that, beloved. Beloved, thanks again for hearing me. Keep up the great works. And don't be distracted by the dogs who are barking, beloved brother. You continue to do the great work up here, beloved. And anywhere you go, beloved, you know, you keep on doing the good things. You know, you have brother now what you said. Brother, thanks again for hearing me. Have a great weekend. You and the entire federation, and you're up here. Especially my beloved sisters and brother over there in the Pan-African Republic of DP. My beloved brother, take care. Pan-Africanism our perish. Well, no, my beloved brother.
One love, my brother. Before I take that other call there, and Nabo made a very important point about legislating the revenue sharing. But in fact, it is already covered by legislation. It is covered by our constitution, which is the highest law in the land. And if you get some time, pick up your constitution, look at section 110, says revenue allocation, and it reads, it says, subject to subsection 2, the proceeds of all taxes collected in St. Christopher and Nevis under any law shall be shared between the government and the administration, and the share of each shall be determined by reference to the proportion between the population of the island of St. Christopher and the population of St. Christopher and Nevis as a whole, or as the case may be, the population of the island of Nevis and the population of St. Christopher and Nevis as a whole, as ascertained by reference to the latest available results of a census of those populations carried out in pursuance of a law enacted by the Parliament. So it is already covered by the legislation, by the Constitution, and I think some people, for some reason, always avoid that. But let's go back to the lines, caller. It's 909. You're live.
Me again.
How you get back here ready?
The taxi man them Hasford and PDC and all them don't go back with the taxi man bus them. I recognize the taxi man them, but they got a bill to pay. They still got to pay Hasford and PDC, you know, not because they gone back with the bus them. They got to pay back the money. So I look up the taxi man them, and when the tourists walk come, they get a cut in it too. Because all them, lot of them vaccinated too. I say people must vaccinate and they can get work. But a lot of people, some of them vaccinate and they still get told me from the work. So why are you doing people? I want to get grass and looking at the nurses them, they need some more money, and looking at the teachers them, they need some more money for the hard work they're doing with our children and grandchildren at the school. A little bit of money I again them. You take care and see you.
Thank you very much. And that is what Straight Talk is all about. You know, no one who is objective can say that we have not made progress in St. Kitts and Nevis. None of them. Instead of sustaining or maintaining the progress, some people would tear it down every day. But let's go back to the lines.
Yeah.
Caller, you're live.
Patches, stupidness and sense have the two different schools. Now, Patches, let me say something here. Some people does have a tendency to say, I ain't listening them on the whatever factory it is. But some people religiously tune the radio, the dial to the station to listen to propaganda. Well, you cannot stop your ears from hearing if you're passing, but when you're going to religiously put your dial there, don't come on the radio and say, but you're not listening to them. A lot of people does it. But anyway, that's their right. The measure is so right. That's why the Bible say, the Lord hate a lying tongue. A lying tongue, because a tongue is more dangerous and powerful than any destructive weapon that man make, called bombs. A tongue could destroy your character. And that is what those people on the opposite side of the river trying to do with our decent honest prime minister who go anywhere in America, out of the 50 states in America. They're not gonna hold the passport and question him and tell him where there and find the money in jacket sleeve hide what he ain't supposed to travel with. Because they tell lie and say, well, all I have to declare is $50. So the Bible is right. The Lord hate the lying tongue, and that's what they do to use to degrade and humiliate the Prime Minister. Especially he got one they named a Trough man. He forget when he was working for the government. Every month he go in the treasury, go rob the treasury of taxpayers' money that's supposed to be paying him for a job, which he never did. But he going down there although he do the job. So don't study them. You don't got to hear the devil to know what the devil wish Christ. The devil has nothing good to say to Christ. Now, I understand that they're going to be doing some work on the new pier, on your pier patches. And some people do not understand the reason why they have to go back there. Because the seawater, it behaves in two ways. Sometimes you have high tide and you have low tide. Well, a flat bottom boat, especially a barge, you know a barge can run upon any low tide and even go up on the sand. But a boat with a deep V hull cannot. It depends on a lot of high water to come in close. So therefore, whatever work they're going to do over there by the pier is nothing to do with the construction of the visible pier. It's down to the bottom of the seabed. They have to go down deeper, make sure that the seabed is deep enough to accommodate any any size of vehicle ship. So look out for them next week when they start with the chopping it. Oh, see there? They say they make pay with all your money, with social security money and national bank money and all kind of thing. And they go back over there, go repay what they pay what ain't make good. So let me tell them this, nothing is wrong with the pay. It's just the seabed that they have to go make it show, make sure it come deeper to accommodate any deep vehicle ship. Okay? So you get the fact before they come with the propaganda. That is something else I got to say here. Now, Nevis, I remember before the beer factory was built. The beer factory was built between 1959, 1960, and they started distributing drinks 1961. We could have sit down in Buckles and look over Nevis, and there was only 3 lampposts that you could have seen in Nevis. One down by the pier, and one to going up the long path to go Gingerland. And after the government changed and NRP joined with Labour, with PAM, I started counting the lampposts right and going up there. Now you can't even count them how many lights they got up there on Nevis Road. And that is how Nevis was treated. So now that the unity government is in office, and they're giving Nevis what Nevis was lacking. Never getting. Nevis was starving for their own money, their own benefit. And when they send over Nevis own money to Nevis, it is a loan. They have to pay it back. So thank God to the unity government that looking after Nevis and giving them. And like Nabuso, when more is there, Nevis will get more. Couple weeks ago, Tiger Flower asked Honorable Mark Bunty on the show a load of question. Looking to hear Mark Bunty gonna say anything negative about the government for you to go up on the Bonanza story, man, and go chat it. But the answers that he get from Mark Bunty, he was surprised and shocked. He couldn't believe. And so he never feel pleased. And then he got us about Patch's Troy case in New York, up in Washington. Patch start the truth. Patch is a truthful man, and a good thing about you. You have the clip of each person's voice who criticized, so they can say it in them. Patches, I give me a little to do, but I thank you very much. If anything hot like pepper, I'll just use a second and say it. Thank you, Patches.
Thank you very much. Before I take that other call again, I'll just be for a couple seconds so I can be complete. Because I gave you some information earlier about revenue allocation. So I should complete the information as stipulated in the Constitution, which is the highest law of the land. So go to section 110, subsection 2, and it continues. The share of the administration under subsection 1 shall be subject to the following deductions. A contribution to the cost of common services provided for St. Christopher and Nevis by the government. And B, a contribution to the cost of meeting the debt charges for which the government is responsible under Section 75. I think that's the public debt. Now, 3, the Governor General may make rules for the purpose of giving effect to the provisions of this Constitution without prejudice to the generality of the foregoing power. Any such rules make provisions for prescribing what services are to be regarded as common services. B, for determining the contributions to be made by the administration in relation to any common services so prescribed. And C, for determining the contributions to be made by the administration in respect of the debt charges for which the government is responsible. And D, for prescribing the time at which the manner in which calculations and payments, including provisions of payments, are to be made. And that's the Constitution as it relates to revenue allocation. But it's working. Let's see how we can improve it. Nonetheless, you heard what's happening today, and perhaps there's room for improvement, who knows? Only negotiations can uncover that. It's 18 minutes past 9. I go back to the lines. Caller, thank you for holding.
Good evening, Honorable. I just want to say something with culture, dear. The government of St. Kitts Nevis was already paid for the dredging. But the people then from the Canadian government was listening to outsiders and ain't finished the dredging. And they went to court and the government of St. Kitts and Nevis win the case, so they have to come back and do the work and finish the work. Okay? Now, I want to tell my good friend Dupont, I have nothing against him, but he must understand if 3 or 4 of us back in our government and you have a problem with 2 in the government, don't look for it to join you, to bring down the government where thousands of people voted for. I am not in that. I don't play them kind of games. You understand me? He could play that with doggy up and down in doggy shots today like a clown. So if he want to play that, he continue to play that. And Patches, you know who Doggy is. I know who Doggy is. We all been there. And Doggy still playing the same game what he played with everybody else. Now he hit me head on a hard rock. You understand me? Because the fact remains, he was training Joe, and now he still turn around and cook Joe. You understand me? So just watch, you can see the downplay. I don't tell all you know, long time ago. When this thing come up for next election, the Labour Party gonna mash up. It's going to mash up. They won't have no Labour Party. You understand me? So don't worry about that. That is gone because Dougie is playing a game with people and think to himself, that's the way he go. You know, he need to stop, just take the exit and go and relax himself. And to the one of the village there, who talking about Dougie do a lot of things for me. Dougie never do nothing for me. You understand me? When Dougie and them was swearing in, and Sam Kondo and them, when Sam Kondo went on the stage, Patrick over there, he said, you see how nice we look? We designer in the States, Cecil Rock, looking there standing in the audience. You understand me? All they do was make sure I went to 1840. For what reason? I don't know. So they never do nothing for me. And today now, they're scrabbling. But God is good. He's watching over us, and he see what's going on. Every morning, that's him one day, the German one day, the white one over Port Jante there, the German. Every cabinet meeting, he got to. All he talking about Cecil Rock. And the members of government used to say, man, just leave him alone and move on. Although I have done so many things for him, I is the one who pay. He passed it to come to New York. He and Dr. Denzel Douglas. I know he said, no, who was that? Dr. Douglas. And I went and buy ticket for them. Let it come out and tell the public. You understand me? Let it talk. Because I can do a lot of talking, you know, and they can't stop me. They can't stop me. And my children and them know who is the father from the grandfather. Good night, Patches. You have a nice weekend. And God bless you. God bless the Prime Minister and the members of Cabinet. You have a good night. I will not be back again for the night.
Rockefeller.
Yes, sir.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
You used to cook red rice. Why you used to put in the rice?
The request, sir. The request for red rice. They were like the red rice. You understand me?
So how you get the rice red? You were such a big labor man. You had red rice. How you get the rice red?
No, well, I am still a big labor man, you know. But I am an orange labor. Because Tim was always there for me when I was in the red. So I know how to support him all the way down to the grave. You understand me? So me and jump the ship. Don't say, well, I think Marcel made a statement at time as a traitor. What traitor about what? You understand me? When Dougie rough up she brother in a meeting, he went back there since a press conference. He went back. But he got Dougie on the station talking a lot of nonsense at that time. And they're not better. They know who Dougie is. You understand me? They will request red rice to get red rice. They will all connect in the one red. You understand me? When he come to me and ask me to tell Dougie to pay him his money, when I see Dougie and I say, Dougie boy, Junior say he want his money. You know what Dougie say? Let he go to his sister. His sister is in charge of the money. I call him to tell Junior. Junior said, well, look, don't go down there yet. We can talk in tools. Okay? So don't bother with them. Gotcha. All of them is a step, a hypocrite and crook, and the bearing the consequence of God's hand right now. It's God's hand, you know. You understand me? The God hand. And the other one, the one Bible in one hand, talking, and got a Satan in the other hand. The Judas, the same wicked word, and talking about people.
I got you.
You understand me? Okay, good night. God bless you, sir.
God bless you. You know, King Rockefeller really used to sell red rice. You know, the first time I saw red rice was at Rock's Restaurant. Let's go back to the line. Call you live.
Mr. Patrick, good night.
How are you? Bible man.
I'm fine. Then how you keeping?
I will give you three. I'm peaceful, man. I'm peaceful.
Okay.
Take 3 minutes tonight. Take 3 minutes tonight.
Take 3 minutes?
Yes.
All right.
That's
well,
enough?
I am going to tell you something. I am going to tell you something. I hear tonight that it's almost take 3 minutes. All right. I heard the Prime Minister today, and I'm going to tell you something that I am 72 years of age, and I never hear no Prime Minister speak like Mr. Timothy Harris. I was in the age of Douglas. I was in the age of Paul Southern and all of them. I was there with Bratcher time. And I was there with Kennedy Simmons time. And no Prime Minister look after the poor people like Timothy Harris. He's a man sent from God. And Mr. Patrick, you be strong. It's going to take 3 minutes. I'll take less than that. You be strong. You're here. And have a pleasant night.
Have a pleasant night, my dear brother John. You thought to give me that Bible verse, but it chose not tonight. I gave you. You had enough time. You have a minute and a half left. But let's go back to the lines. Thanks for your understanding nonetheless. Call you live.
Hello. Okay. This is good up friend. I'm moving from this one. This is good up friend. Tony. Rock. He went to...
Take off your radio.
Let me tell you. Rock. He's a good man. He went to with neighbor.
Take off your radio. Turn the radio down. Talk to your telephone. Talk in your phone.
I turn it down. I move. Let me okay. Hold on. We turn it down. You hear me now?
Yes, I hear you now.
Okay. What I'm saying is that everybody got to some food, right? I got done. The mission of the other one.
Just turn your radio off, man. Turn it right up.
Hear me now?
Turn the radio off. Talk to your telephone.
Okay, hear me now.
Yeah, go ahead.
One thing. I know when Rock came here, I was working TDC. I was really bringing in the red shuttle with labor. He bringing the shuttle with labor, right? So what I'm saying is that he have agreement for you, remember that treat the man bad, and it's just some respect out of it, because Rock is the first person ever done mistaken with the election. Rock bringing all the shirts, make them look good. So I only call to big up Rock. Rock was really a good man for Labour Department, for Labour Party. So I'm just saying that wherever he's going to right now, I don't know his grievances, whatever, but Rock is a good man. I'm going to love him. I'm going to respect Mr. Rock. Mr. Rock, this is Tony, your friend. I know when you come think it, you is the first bring the Labour red shot into think it. So I have nothing else to say, Patrice. And people today is so grateful that you don't know who is who. Some people laugh with you. I just about to free the money when they hold to somebody else. It's not, it make no sense. Patrice, I don't like you, go away by you. You understand? I don't like you, go away by you. Anyway, my good up friend, take care. I love you all the time. And you take care.
Love you more, my brother. Not only red shirts, the fella in Central Bass here got some caps as well. Caller, let's go back to the lines. Go line.
Yeah, Patrice. Every man entitled to their own opinion. But all opinion don't work out the way it's supposed to be. Right? Every man entitled to what they want to say. But you got some people coming on the talk show, criticizing the government, bringing down the Prime Minister, bringing down the country, saying all kind of negative things. There was once with praising up the Prime Minister, saying all kind of good things about the Prime Minister. And all of at once now, you hear something different. Like somebody really got out the money for you. And this person who is coming out of criticizing the Prime Minister, Patrice, I help put unity there, culture put unity there, Jamna help put unity there, Rock help put unity there. So if he come in here and embrace in unity, what he want me and Rock and culture and others to do? You understand? He's a millionaire, we are a millionaire. The government is working out, the government is doing the best that they can do for the ordinary man and woman in the country. Doing the best for the federation. So he criticizing people, so nobody must say nothing about him at all. Anyone turn in town today. But Nicky Boy say, don't deal with you. Nicky Boy say, this and that, over there, go the other, you know? Yeah, this man he could talk what he wants. I help put the unity there. And he was one president of the unity. And if he want to bring down the unity now, follow the others, follow people like Roy Astafan and all of them to bring down the unity. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? Me no blame, me no stupid. What no blame, what no more? We see unity as the best for the country now. As Rock said, this is the best ever for the country. No government ever come and treat the other people like our unity, treating the people in Nevis. The same thing. So I do another problem. And who politically structure with it playing for to come. When they ready come, because only them one. Because Father comes on to tell you patches. This ain't the 60s and the 70s like anymore. The people are politically motivated, understand the politics now, and understand the unity is all about, and that's where the people in one lie to are unity still. So they're not going to just stop the panic factory, views. And the next thing about the entertainment part, you got one of them from the panic factory, every day come on to talk about entertainment, and the government don't like nobody, they don't want to see nobody live, they don't want to see this and they don't want to see that. But in the 21 cases, at 21 death we don't got, when we open entertainment randomly and stupid, what will happen to the country? You see, them not talk about the life because them not talk about the life because them don't have nothing for. You know what I'm saying? Because them not say they have married and have the wife and they put them in the backyard to live, in the dark house to live. When the preacher man come, the wife man go and live to the back, when they see me in the dark house and come and chat. See them chat and everybody in the one country. Eh? He said to criticize Dr. Douglas when Dr. Douglas was in government. He used to say, I said, hey, Dr. Douglas, I got to say, you know, Dr. Douglas, I got to tell Dr. Douglas to pay you. When you tell Dr. Douglas, as you tell Dr. Douglas, I got to say, this and that, me never hear from what a numbers, Dr. Douglas, look how here go, Dr. Harris and the team unity government now. Coming on banging the big mouth over there, shutting our kind of rubbish, like in some political science. And you know about corona and all these things, like some scientists. Banging him out with the patches. Patches, very wonderful, and the God bless them. They don't say to me tomorrow, but I'm not there. They can't go with us. Unity must stand. As long as we examine our culture and rock and those there, not one of them outlaws us and out-talk us. We got the brains and we got the mind. And the people that love us. But you're going to see me walking around you at the time. Young, old, everybody, Mr. Politics. I should put my name on the ballot paper and run. I believe everyone will see it. But it's very wonderful once again. God bless the federation since the news. So look over the guys.
Have yourself a wonderful night as well, my brother. Politics, defend your party, defend your government. That's your right. Let's go back to the lines. Call your line. Yes, caller. You know, it's strange you said that. He said these things, you know. He said this. Listen what he said about Harris.
Dr. Timothy is way in front of anything to do with leadership in this country. Way in front. His style, his stature, his delivery of any matter, his calmness, his aggression when needed. All those are qualities you can't buy at Ram Supermarket.
And here's what he said about yours truly.
That is how you do this, is DuPont. I want to say congratulations to you for keeping your show at a very high standard. And you make me feel good is you make me call. When you say straight talk is straight talk, you got to come with facts. All I want to say to you, I got a lot of respect for you when you come from politics, because one of the great reasons why we're still friends, you're straight when it comes to these things with politics, and you still did one of the best jobs as a government minister ever in this country. You one term equal to 3 and 4 terms for other ministers that serve in your field.
Dr. Timothy is way in front of anything to do with leadership in this country. Way in front. His style, his stature, his delivery of any matter, his calmness, his aggression when needed. All those are qualities you can't buy at Ram Supermarket.
Can't buy them. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live. Thank you for holding. Yes, caller. Yes, sir.
How are you?
I am peaceful.
I am fine, Patty.
Well, that's John.
I am wonderful.
You had some time left.
Yeah, man,
For Bible verse.
Wonderful. Patty, you know the letter name L-O-V-E? Love. The word of God says, love, do not behave yourself unseemly. Do not behave, do not seek his own. You know what the meaning of that? That when you love people, you don't go on hostile with. So I do not. Anything anybody tell me, I stay peaceful. I am going to say something here tonight, Patrick. You see the Bible that we walk with? It's a roadmap for the whole world. And every day, there is a passage, a scripture in the Bible for a day. And I want to say something here. That the Bible said there is no peace to the wicked. Read Isaiah 48. The wicked are like a trouble seed. And remember in Proverbs said, the heart are deceitful and desperate the wicked. Who knows it but God? So, Patrick, you don't take on people when people, the same tongue, the Bible says here with the word of God in James, can a fountain send sweet water and bitter at the same time, Mr. Patrick? I want to hear you. Can a fountain send bitter and sweet water at the same time? No, Mr. Patrick. And so, the same tongue that you got, you could curse somebody with the tongue and still take the same tongue and praise the Lord. The Bible talks about a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And I am going to finish now. Here you are. I say it again, and I'm going to say it again. God take Mr. Harris and put him to lead St. Nevis, that of God take Moses to lead the children of Israel. I am saying this tonight. He come from number 7. I know him when he was small. So I had to beat him up. And you know why? I know because when you are, the Bible says a natural man don't discern the things that are spiritual. But they are foolish discern. So I am born, so I know what's going down. And so, Mr. Patrick, you take care of yourself. Don't let nobody frustrate you. The Bible says, let not your heart be troubled. He believe in God, believe also in me. And this for you, Mr. Patrick. This is the last thing I'm going to tell you. In Isaiah 40, in Isaiah 54:17, he said, no weapon that form against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against thee in judgment shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servant of the Lord. Mr. Patrick, that is for you. See you. Have a pleasant night.
Have a pleasant night, my dear brother. Always good to hear you. It's 18 before the 10 o'clock hour. We're at the uphill side and take as many more calls as possible. Let's go back to the lines. Caller, you're live.
Greetings.
Greetings, my brother.
Good night, Mr. Ambassador. How are you doing?
I am peaceful, sir. Yourself?
I give thanks for life. Good night to your listeners via radio internet. Just to quote with what your state are pertaining to within the shares of the assets when it comes to the Constitution within Nevis and Sinkits, pertaining to what stated in the question to the Prime Minister put all up in the press conference, and I heard him allude to saying it's clause 101, but I heard you reading out saying is in the Constitution stating 110. So which one is really it? 101 or 110?
Well, I didn't hear the Prime Minister, but I have the Constitution and it's 110.
Well, he stated is 101 because he stated a couple times prior to saying that is 110. Then he corrected himself. Even in the same press conference today, saying is 101. So I wondering really basically what is the clause really conforming on? Is it 101 or 110? Which one? Because you're coming from a different angle and he's coming with something else what he was stated earlier in his press conference. And you said that it's the same.
That's I.
Yes, Mr. Liburd.
I'm saying again, I did not hear the Prime Minister today. I cannot say what he said. After the show, I will listen to his press conference. I'm saying to you, the clause is 110 in the Constitution that deals with revenue allocation. You can research that yourself.
I'm just saying, from what you're claiming, you're reading out something for to the Constitution, but I want to know, based on what his press conference indicates. So when you get off here tonight, as you state, I hope you listen to his press conference and clarify. So when you come back to your program, you can give a variation of what you state tonight, please.
Well, I don't need to come back. I said what to do is pick up a copy of the Constitution. I have it before me, and I'm saying to you, section 110, that this revenue allocation is the only part of the Constitution that is revenue allocation. I can't tell you what the Prime Minister said. I'm telling you what the Constitution says.
I got a Constitution, Mr. Ambassador. So you don't got to tell me I must try to get one here because I have one. I I'm being a fool in a country where I live in and feel like me and just be lying down like nothing, you know. So I will be give within my guards of what I do in life, eh? Even though I don't want to speak at certain things right now because I see right now how this world is running is just a one world government, and it's time the people then wake up and start letting this whole crazy, insane, mad new world order, wicked act what is plagued against humanity to this 24th century come up and understand equality and justice stand for one and all. Don't care who big, don't care who small, because your wicked system will get burned in the lake of fire. You have a safe night, Mr. Ambassador.
Have a safe night as well, my brother. I just got a message said the Prime Minister corrected himself and said 110. That's the Constitution, 110, that is revenue allocation. To all is human. To all is human. So if he said 101, I understand he corrected himself. But it is in fact 110. Let's go back to the lines. Call you live.
Hey, Patches.
So,
how are you, man?
I am peaceful. Yourself?
I'm not bad at all, Just preparing for my nightly rest. Yeah, I'm just concerned about my friend Mikey, you know, that he has just got up and left me like that. You did mention it at the start of your program.
I did. I wasn't too certain, so I had to be careful.
Yeah.
So now you confirm that?
Yeah, it's confirmed, yes. Yeah, he has left us. Yeah, and just in response to that previous caller, at no time did the Prime Minister say 101. He started off by saying 110, which you referred to, and occasionally he lost track and said 1110. In other words, he said 3 ones and a 0. And he said that quite a few times. He obviously concentrated on other things more than on the number of the clause in the Constitution. But every time he corrected himself and said 110. So I don't think the gentleman who called in a while ago was hearing correctly. But the Prime Minister did make a few mistakes, but he was saying 1110. You with me?
Yes, and to us human. Well,
yeah. I had some other things to talk about tonight, but I'm a little depressed tonight because of the loss of my drinking partner, you know, an old buddy of many years. So I'll put off my content for probably Monday night if you're available for us on Monday night. But anyhow, have a good rest, sir.
good rest as well. Again, our sympathies, our condolences go out to Mikey, his family rather, Roger and all the brothers, Nick and his sisters. We trust that his soul will rest in peace. Let's go back to the line. Let's call your line. Yes, caller. Okay, we seem to have missed that caller. It's 11 before the 10 o'clock hour. Let's see if we have this caller calling live.
Yeah, Nancy.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the Prime Minister did make a few mistakes, but he corrected himself. So if we listen carefully, the man keep correcting himself and he keep using the word 110 or 1110. But, you know, we are human and we're subject to mistakes. So I don't know what I is getting to. I don't know how come he didn't speak about the cannabis industry. I don't know how come he didn't mention that, because that's why he always will talk about the cannabis. So, you know, this is a problem that we have. Some people quick to jump at when you make a mistake. But the man tried to correct himself. And this is the problem that we have. We know we got to listen. I'll always learn. A good listener is a good learner. But sometimes we take simple things and try to make problems and make confusion. But the Prime Minister is well on track, and he is doing a good job, and no matter what they say, he is doing a good job, and the people of St. Kitts and Nevis appreciate what the Prime Minister is doing. So I give kudos to him, because I don't know how he gets it done, but trust me, the man is good at what he is doing, and I'm saying by the grace of God, God's going to give him the strength to continue to lead this country until the time of the next election. I don't matter what they say. I back my Prime Minister 1,000% because he's good. He's not like the other gangster, as what he used to call him, the hooligan. Because we are the people of this country that paying taxes. We got to know how our tax being spent. Some people spend it like donkey sailor, but some know how to govern, so therefore they spend the money wisely, and that's why our country is running so good without borrowing any money from any institution. Because I see like a lot of people want to go borrow from all kind of lending institutions. But my Prime Minister is saying, whatever we make in our country, he knows how to govern it and spend it. That's why we always talk about surplus and not deficit. God bless you. Have a good night.
Yes, have a good night as well. It's 9 before 10 o'clock as we wind down tonight's programming. Call your line. Yes, caller.
Hello, Patrick.
Yes, jam down.
How are you, my brother?
I am peaceful. Yourself?
Bobby, we put Bobby to rest today, you know. Bobby, the old foreman. God bless his soul.
Yes.
Patrick, I want to speak briefly on two things. We, as park rats down here, watch one park for people went and build a stupidness we got up there. You understand? Because for Jam Down Park, that there should be about an hour drive somewhere in the country. Don't mash up one park, don't mash up the Mecca. And I watch a young man come and take Len Harris Academy and give it to a Belgian. Now, a man like Victoria, Luther Kelly, and Noel Gishard could have gone to Barbados and get Len Harris Academy to run. You can't go down there in the high performance cricket center. Who cricket and individual could go down there to get that? All because the Belgian man and this boy Jonel Powell good. And look at it here. The man them coming here with a lot of tobacco. Telling them a lot of, the man I knew that what he takes so to run the academy. You understand? An opportunity arrive for all the chappers them to do a level 3 coaching. We own, when the man done go home, you got Jays, you got other youngsters, can't get the opportunity. But I'm going to fight inside this kind of nonsense, you know. That's enough of that, because I know how this ball, I know this ball and bowl on the wicket, because we bowling wicket to wicket, eh? Oh yeah, you better believe it. You're not the man who sweep the new pier down there. Hear Culture talk about it. Good night, Coach.
Yes.
And Jacqueline. And a lot of tests in the circus going around saying they're going to do construction and pay. Nothing wrong with the pay. All they're going to do is sweep it as usual, as you know, they always sweep it from the job, moving the sand from one part of the dock to the next part. Nothing wrong with the pay. But the bags, they like a lot of conflict and they put a lot of negative information out here for the stupid people on the road to listen. And when they grab it, they cook it up like saltfish and rice. Patches, we know and you know that we never see a government in sync it, head by this guy Timothy Harris, fix people out and give them money, until we get somebody who could counter that and counter what you have done in this country. Then they could go and talk. Me hear some people trying to bring you down, oh, you ain't qualified. You ain't qualified for what? That is qualified for anything in this country. Because anything you put your hands up, he got the potential to do the right thing and get it done. Half of them must go and tell their friend them, go get things done already a month now. Go get things done for the people of this country. Patches, have a good night.
Have a good night, my brother. We go straight back to the lines. Call your line.
Greetings.
Greetings, my brother.
How are you?
I'm peaceful. Yourself?
We are pricelessly blessed and we are giving thanks. You know, we are pricelessly blessed and giving thanks. A few programs ago, just after jam down, we make a song towards the dead animal, you know. I want to make a song to us about it, but it was nothing towards jam down, but just I asked Jam Down to speak about it because of our ongoing, you know, agitation for a clean environment, you know. So we was just showing, say, you know, because somebody had to knock down the dog or the cat, whatever it was. It had to be somebody knock it down, you know. People have to be mindful of them things. If it happens, I mean, it have to move. So, you know, just a call for human being and knock down. So, it just to show the mentality of the people when it comes to the environment, you know, cleanliness. The people just disregard, you know. So that was that, you know, because when I talk about it, you say I be a spin ball, you don't know what I'm talking about, but Jam don't know what I'm talking about, and he did call and say blah blah. All right, so we wanted to clear up that. The next thing we want to do is extend heartfelt condolences. Permit us to use your program to extend heartfelt condolences to the family of Brother Johnson, you know. Just live for him. You have a good heart. We know death can be. We're looking forward to a time when death is no more, you know. We strongly believe, and not just believe, we know that people was not created to dead. People was created in the similitude of the Most High, to be immortal, you know. We don't know. Death come about, you know, because of how people exist, not even live, how people existing, you know. That really, this thing of that really need not be with us, you know. It was created to just live and live and live. And we should strive towards that immortality, you know, because it is real, you know. Yeah, give thanks, your program getting less and less we getting the polite violence inside of your program, you know, and we give thanks to that. Yeah? Blessed love.
Give thanks, my brother. We go back to the lines at 2 before 10. Caller, you're live. Let's call him. Okay, I'll perhaps take one more call before we do a wrap. We discuss the Prime Minister's conference. I didn't have the opportunity to listen to the question and answer period, but the excerpt that I took from the press conference today, the government is really on the job and still doing wonderful things. Income support provided by the team in the administration, commendable.
My government wants our people to earn more from sustainable income support package has provided critical assistance to 3,025 persons at a cost of $7.9 million today.
$7.9 million in terms of income support package provided for 3,000 people to date. Isn't that commendable? The support to Nevis as well.
I want now to turn to the issue of support to the island of Nevis. Our unity government is committed to a stronger and safer future for all our citizens and residents on the islands of St. Kitts and Nevis. We have already created historic feats just in the short of 6 years. We are the first federal government to provide regular, periodic transfer of resources to the Nevis Island administration. Over the last 6 years plus, our budgetary transfers to the NIA have exceeded over $260 million. We have paid double salaries to the public sector workers at Nevis, for example. The NIA employees, the NEVLEC employees, NASPA, in the same manner that we have done for those federal workers on St. Kitts.
Same manner as was done to Skellig, to Scasper, and our own employees in the public service. Additional benefits as well.
Additionally, as on St. Kitts, we have supported home reconstruction in Nevis post-Hurricane Irma. We pay all the step workers in Nevis. We pay PAP beneficiaries on Nevis their monthly stipend. We jointly order pharmaceuticals for both islands. We pay the economic costs of our students from Nevis and St. Kitts studying abroad. Nevisians participate in equal measure in the special mortgage facilities funded by the federal government. These additional benefits to the $260 million is valued well in excess of $60 million. Additionally,
and we also provided additionally funds from the SIDF.
All these developments, in my view, indicate that our team unity government is working for all our people, and the people of Nevis, like the people of St. Kitts, are benefiting from team unity. The delicate balance that we have managed so far is to ensure that both islands are further developed and advanced, and that our people in both islands enjoy the stronger, safer future we promise. Therefore,
Yes, but we cannot monetize, according to the Prime Minister, this relationship. And I wholly agree. We cannot monetize. It's much more than money.
I want to thank the media for coming and to thank the cabinet colleagues who have worked with me over the last 6 years to consolidate the gains, to bring.
Yes, we just cannot monetize it.
Our relationship, however, the relationship between St. Kitts and Nevis must not be defined solely in monetary gains or in monetary terms. Certain elements of our relationship can never be monetized. The strong, amicable relationship between our people, the ease of doing business on any of our island by our citizens and residents, the synergies between our twin island state as we work together are matters to be cherished, even if we cannot put a dollar value to them. I pledge as the Prime Minister to continue to work in the best interests of all the citizens of St. Kitts and those in my father's land of Nevis. Together, working together, our team unity government shall deliver with the full cooperation of our citizens and residents the stronger and safer future.
Yes.
I want to thank the media for coming.
Yes.
And to thank
my
the
straight dog
cabinet.
family. Yes, my straight dog family. I want to thank you for listening as well. That's a unique and very important story you must share to the world, to all and sundry. Because no objective mind can conclude that there's no progress in St. Kitts. There's some who don't want to see the progress maintained. They want to tear down St. Kitts. But we are going to go further and further. Progress will continue. It's 10:06, and my time is done, and I gotta run. In the process, I want to thank Almighty God for guiding our conversation tonight, and as always, I want to thank you, the many callers, even those who could not get in. We had an improvement in the technology tonight, and I'm grateful for that. I hope that will continue as we try to improve our telephone connection in particular. I want to thank the Mayor of St. Paul's, Dear Clark, who comes in next. Thank him at the consoles. I want to thank those in the back room, Bevin Wilkinson and his entire team there at ZIZ Television. And we can't forget John James. Without them, there's no straight talk. Without you, the many callers, those of you who just listen to ZIZ Radio, those on social media all over the world, remember, you are the ones who make straight talk, and for that reason, I say a big, big thank you. Remember, whatever your mind conceives, that you will achieve. First of all, you just got to believe. So when you wake in the morning, thank God for the morning light. Thank Him for taking you through the night. My Straight Dog family, keep moving on. We will connect on Monday for another edition of Straight Talk. So have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Be good to all whom you meet. And be good to yourself. Bye-bye. Until we connect on Monday. Keep moving on.
In the morning, I thank God for the morning light. the night, for the rest of food and loving care, and for my mother's breath of life that's got me here. So whatever my mind conceive, that I will achieve, you better believe.
This message is for every business owner in St. Kitts and Nevis. Jumpstart your business and set yourself apart from your competitors with an advertising